Good morning, children. Now we have come to the next part of this chapter, internal structure of root. In this root, we will be discussing dicot root and monocot root. Both we will be discussing. Both are same, only which part is different, I will say that one only you have to study separately. Okay. Now we are going to start with the dicot root. Now, if we cut the TS, transverse section. What do you mean by transverse section? Now I will show you. If this is the root, this is the long axis, and if we cut the section right angle to the top, the long axis of the root, which is called the TS. So like this we will be cutting the sections. TS, transverse section. So transverse section is nothing but the section when we are cutting the root, the right angle to that of the long axis is called the TS. TS of the dicot root shows the following structure. Three important parts can be seen, both same, monocot, dicot, and repeatedly I am saying. What are the three things? The first one is called the epiblema. Second part is called the cortex. Third part is called the endodermis, and fourth part is called the stele. All these four parts will be there in both types of roots. So epiblema, it is also called rhizodermis, R-H-I-Z-O dermis, rhizodermis. Rhizodermis means yesterday I have discussed is outermost part. So rhizodermis or epiblema, it is the outermost layer. Cuticle stomata are absent in roots. Unicellular root hairs are present. It is also known as, that's why I told that, rhizodermis. It is also called piliferous layer. Piliferous means some hair like projections. Root hairs I told. Root hairs means nothing but the one word. It is called pili, P-I-L-E. As pili like structures or hair like structures are present, this layer is also called piliferous layer. That is the outermost part. Now three sentences. Outermost layer, stomata cuticle absent, root hairs are present, and this layer is also called the piliferous or rhizodermis layer. Now second part is called the cortex. With diagram will come. Now this is the diagram. If we see, this is called epidermis. Epidermis, it is the outer epiblema. It is written piliferous layer. It is also called epiblema. Root hairs are present, cuticle stomata absent. Now next part, it is called the cortex. Just below the epidermis or epiblema, cortex is present. It is multi-layered. Multi-layered, so many layers. Large zone made up of thin-walled parenchymatous cells with intercellular spaces. Same thing will be saying in monocot root also. It stores food and water. Third layer is called the endodermis. This is the if you see the labeling, this is the endodermis. Endodermis is considered as the innermost layer of the cortex. Innermost layer of the cortex is called the endodermis. One more question. The cells are barrel shaped. Barrel shaped is nothing but the rectangular shaped. Barrel shaped. Closely packed and show band-like thickenings on both radial and inner tangential wall. So these cells, this is the endodermis. These cells are barrel-shaped cells, and this is the radial wall. This is the tangential wall. Both the walls are provided with band-like structures, which are called the Casparian strips. Casparian strips. What is the function? Its main function is the movement of water and dissolved minerals or salts from the cortex to the protoxylem or to the xylem. That is the function. Now fourth part is called the stele. All tissues inner to the endodermis. That means in endodermis, I told this pink color layer is called endodermis. Saffron color onwards from this inner to the endodermis, and whatever structures are present, whatever things are present, together they are called the stele. So stele, all the tissues inner to that of the endodermis constitute the stele. This endodermis is provided, this stele is provided with 4 parts. What are the 4 parts? The first one is called pericycle, second part is called the vascular tissues, bundle vascular tissues, and third part it is called the pit. Now one by one we will be saying pericycle. Inner to the endodermis, again come to the diagram. Saffron color one layer structure is present which is called the pericycle. Now this pericycle, from this pericycle only lateral roots develop. So one important one. Inner to the endodermis lies a single layer of pericycle. It is the site of origin of lateral roots. Now vascular bundle. Vascular tissue root already we have discussed in the previous class. It is radial arrangement. Xylem is exarch. Exarch also we have told. Protoxylem will be there towards the periphery. Protoxylem means small size xylem. Protoxylem towards the outer side. Metaxylem will be present towards. Metaxylem means very big xylem vessel. Metaxylem will be present towards the center. Protoxylem will be towards the periphery. That is the root characteristic feature. So the vascular tissues, radial arrangement we have told yesterday, xylem and phloem alternate. This is phloem, this is xylem, alternately will be present, and that is the characteristic feature of root only. So the radial arrangement, vascular tissues, exarch and tetrarch. Tetra means 4 arms are there. In dicot root there are 4 arms of xylem is present. That's why xylem is called exarch and tetrarch. The tissues present between the xylem and phloem, it is called the conjunctive tissue, and I will show here again in the diagram. This is phloem, this is xylem. So in between xylem and phloem you can see small cells are present. These are called the conjunctive tissue. In case of dicot root, the conjunctive tissue is made up of parenchymatous cells. Parenchyma. It is means conjunctive tissue is made up of parenchyma. That is very important. And that here only difference we can see with monocot root. Pith. In case of young root, pith present, whereas in case of old root, pith is as. Pith means central region. There is no pith. Here we can see monocot root, some parenchymatous cells are present. That is also another difference. So this is all about your internal structure of dicot root. Now next part, if I go to the monocot root, again the same thing we will be discussing. So first 3 parts will be the same. So if you study dicot root, that one you can write from monocot root also. No difference is there. Only stele part will be different. So transverse section, thin transverse section of monocot root shows the following characteristic features. First one is called epiblema or rhizodermis, or it is also called piliferous layer. Second part is called the cortex. Third part is called the endodermis. Fourth part is called the stele. So epiblema or rhizodermis, it is the outer, same sentence, outermost layer of the root, and is made up of single layer of parenchyma, thin wall parenchymatous cells, stomatocuticle absent. The root hair helps in absorption of water and minerals from the soil. So this is the epiblema or rhizodermis or piliferous layer. Second part, this layer also protects, that is the dermis layer. Cortex, second layer, it is multi-layered large zone composed of thin wall parenchymatous cells with intercellular spaces. Intercellular spaces, here one word I will be saying. Inter means in between. In between the cells, space is there, which is called intercellular space. If you see here also, this is xylem, here also monocot. Xylem is there, but in between space is there. These are called the intercellular spaces. So parenchymatous cells with lot of intercellular spaces. What is the function? Already in dicot root we have told, it stores water and food material. Now third part is called the endodermis. It is the inner, already again we have told, innermost layer of the cortex with characteristic Casparian strips and passage cells. Casparian strips are band-like thickenings made up of suberin. That is the extra word. 1 mark question. Now we have to come to the stele. All the tissues inner to the endodermis constitute the stele. It includes, what are the parts are there? Now pericycle will be there, vascular tissues will be there, and pith. Pericycle, it comes inner to the endodermis, single layer of parenchymatous cells are present. which is called the pericycle. The lateral roots originate from this layer only. Vascular tissues, it consists of many patches of xylem and phloem. If you see here in the monocot root, this is xylem, this is phloem, this so many are there. In case of dicot, we had seen 4 are there, but here so many patches of xylem and phloem present radially, arranged radially. The xylem is exarch and polyarch. In case of dicot root, we had seen it is tetrarch. Exarch is root characteristic feature. But the difference between monocot and dicot root is having the tetrarch condition. 4 xylem arms are there. But in case of monocot, there are so many. That's why the term is used polyarch. The conjunctive tissue in between xylem and phloem, in case of dicot, we have told parenchymatous cells. In case of monocot, we are saying sclerenchymatous cells. Sclerenchyma. Pith, it is present in the center. Dicot, it is not there. Young condition will be present, but old root, pith is absent. But if you see monocot root, thin wall parenchymatous cells are there. This is the pith. So in case of monocot root, pith will be present in the center. It is made up of parenchymatous cells with lot of intercellular spaces. It contains large amount of starch grains. It stores food. That is the end of this part. Okay, thank you children.